Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Rabia, and on behalf of AFAQ online learning platform, I welcome all of you to this video lesson. In this video lesson, we will cover new AFAQ Sun series English Grade 5. This video lesson is for you if you are a student, a teacher, or a parent. Before we start the video lesson, I want to share a fact with parents and teachers about what makes a AFAQ learning experience unique. We know that planning is fundamental to successful teaching and learning. Therefore, AFAQ has provided you academic calendars for each subject of each grade. Each academic calendar has 3 periodic terms: first term, second term, and third term. Each term has 2 periodic units. That is to say, there are 6 periodic units in total in each academic calendars. Moreover, there are 6 weeks in each periodic unit, as you can see in the academic calendar of the first unit of grade 5. 5 of these weeks have been allocated for teaching and learning, whereas 6th one has been reserved for assessment. In the same way, each periodic unit has 6 weeks. There are 36 weeks in total. 30 of them are for teaching and learning, whereas 6 of them are for assessment. That's not all. On the basis of academic calendars and subject weightages, we have also provided you suggested timetables. For example, in this timetable, you can see that we have allocated 7 periods for English. This allocation of periods to the subject English has been based on the subject weightage and also the academic calendars. Dear audience, now let's start the 4th week of periodic unit 1 of English grade 5. This is the first period of the 4th week. In the first period, the students will be able to change the number of regular and irregular nouns. This is the DLP number 1. You can see it on the screen, and complete methodology to cover this SLO has been provided in DLP 1. DLP 1 should be covered on the first day of the 4th week according to our suggested timetable and academic calendar. And let me remind you that this is the first unit of first term. Alright dear students, here I have a game to start this activity. Today we are going to learn about singular nouns and plural nouns. Therefore, I want the teachers to draw a line on the board, a table like this. In column A, singular nouns will be written, and in column B, plural nouns will be written. And you have to make 2 teams of students. One team will write singular nouns over here, and the other team will write plural nouns in this column. Each team will line up in the class, and one by one they will rush to the board, write one noun in their column, then go back in the line, and then the next student will rush and write the noun in the column, in their column. In this way, the team that writes the most nouns without any mistake will win. If the students are at home, we can also conduct this activity on a piece of paper. One student will be given column A, and the partner could be a parent or a sibling. They will have another sheet of paper, and that sheet of paper could be column B. The students will write singular nouns, whereas the other partner could write the plural nouns, and in the end we will see who wins. Dear students, I hope that you enjoyed the game about plural and singular nouns. Now we are going to study about regular and irregular nouns. Do you know what are regular and irregular nouns? Let's read the definition in Key to Learn. Nouns that form their plurals by adding an S or ES at the end of a word are called regular nouns. So nouns such as cap, caps, ball, balls, these are regular nouns because we add S at the end of it. In the same way, we have class, classes. In classes, we add ES. This is also a regular noun because we can add S or ES at the end of this noun to make a plural. Now let's see what is an irregular noun. Nouns that do not form their plurals with the addition of an S or ES are called irregular nouns. They don't follow a regular pattern. For example, there are nouns such as tooth, man, goose, etc. These are irregular nouns and they do not follow the regular pattern of forming plural nouns. For example, the plural of tooth is teeth. Yes, very good. In the same way, the plural of foot is feet. We cannot say tooths or foots. We say feet and teeth. In the same way, there are so many words in English language that do not follow the rule of S and ES when they are making plural. So, these are called irregular nouns. In textbook page number 18, two tables have been provided. In one table, some regular nouns have been given and you have to write the plurals, and in the other table, some irregular nouns have been provided and you have to write the plurals of these nouns. Let's do one of them together. So, this is key. Alright, this is a regular noun, key, and we can form the plural by adding S. K-E-Y-S. So, we will write K-E-Y-S, keys, over here in this column. Let's do one irregular noun as well. Let's do this one. This is man. What is the plural of man? Men. M-E-N. So, we will write M-E-N, men, over here. Now, pause this video, read all the words carefully and write their plural forms. You can consult your teacher or your parents or your siblings. If you are confused, you can also look them up in the dictionary because sometimes in dictionary the plural forms are also provided. So, you can use the dictionary as well. Hurry up, complete this and then come back. Respected teachers, we have also provided you a worksheet to practice the concept of regular and irregular plural nouns. Here you can see the worksheet on the screen. In this worksheet, different sentences have been provided and the noun has been given in the bracket. For example, look at this sentence, give the chocolates to the child. This word child, this noun is given in brackets. Actually, the students have to convert this singular noun into plural noun and they also have to decide whether it's a regular noun or irregular noun. So, the students will write, give the chocolates to the children. Yes, very good. We cannot say childs. This is not a regular noun. This is an irregular noun. So, the plural form will be children. In the same way, the students will read all these sentences, decide whether the noun in the bracket is regular or irregular, and then they will rewrite the sentence with the plural form of that noun. Let's start the second period of the fourth week. In this period, the students will cover one SLO and AFAQ has provided complete methodology to cover this SLO in DLP2. You can see the DLP on your screen as well. This DLP should be covered on the first day of the fourth week of Unit 1, Term 1. Dear students, we have already studied about articles. We have studied about definite article, the, and the indefinite articles, and an. Here, some rules for using definite article, the, have been revised. So, I want you to open page number 18 of your textbook and read the rules that are given here. 6 rules have been provided here for use of article the. We have also provided you 2 examples for each one of these rules. So, read these rules carefully and also read the example sentences and then come back. Dear students, I hope that you have understood the use of definite article the. Now, I want you to write 6 sentences using each one of these rules in your notebook. Hurry up, open your notebook and write 6 sentences using the article the, and each one of these sentences should use a different rule from the rules given in page number 18. Let's start the third period of fourth week. In this period, the students will be able to differentiate between use of definite and indefinite articles. We have provided complete methodology to cover this SLO in DLP3. DLP3 will be covered in the second day of the fourth week of first unit of first term. Dear students, now it's time to practice your knowledge of articles. There are two exercises related to articles on page number 19 of your textbook. Open page number 19. Very good. Now look at exercise number 3. In exercise 3, you have to take the correct option. In the options, articles have been provided. Definite and indefinite, both type of articles have been provided in the options, and you have to choose the correct option for each sentence. Let's do one of them together. Let's do the last one. I eat dash egg daily. So which one is correct? I eat an egg daily or I eat the egg daily? I eat an egg daily. So an is the correct option. You will take the correct option. In the same way, you have to complete this exercise. Now look at the fourth exercise now. You have to rewrite each sentence using the correct article in your notebook. So there are some mistakes of articles in these sentences. You have to identify the mistake, then you have to insert the correct article, and then you have to write those sentences in your notebook. Let's do this third one. She lives in small town. So what is the mistake here? Yes, the indefinite article is missing here. She lives in a small town. In a small town, that is the correct sentence. So you have to rewrite this sentence in your notebook, and in the same way you have to write all these 5 sentences after adding the correct article in your notebook. Hurry up, complete these 2 activities and then come back. Let's start the 4th period of 4th week. In this period, the students will be able to articulate, identify and use degrees of regular adjectives. Respected teachers, we have provided complete methodology in DLP4. This will be covered on the 3rd day of the 4th week of Unit 1 of Term 1. Dear students, now open page number 19 of your textbook. On page number 19, you will see an exercise on degrees of regular adjectives. Do you remember what are adjectives? Yes, adjectives are describing words. So there are some regular adjectives and their degrees have been provided here. Okay, so what are regular adjectives? Regular adjectives are the adjectives that can be formed by adding ER or EST to their end. Okay, now the definition and the explanation has been given in Key to Learn as well. Regular adjectives take ER and EST to make comparative and superlative adjectives. Comparative adjectives compare 2 things using than, and superlative adjectives compare more than 2 things. We will see different examples as well here. So, as we know that there are 3 degrees of adjective. Here the adjective is big, so the positive degree is big, and the comparative degree is bigger. So comparative degree is the one in which we compare 2 things. My stuffed toy is bigger than yours. So a child is comparing his stuffed toy to that of another child. So 2 stuffed toys are being compared. So bigger, ER has been added to big in order to make the comparative degree. So this is a regular adjective because it follows the rule of adding ER. In the same way, this is the biggest stuffed toy in the toy box. This is the superlative degree of big. Biggest is the superlative degree, and in this, many things are being compared to each other. So one of the toy is the biggest among all the toys in the toy box. Therefore, this superlative degree has been used because there are more than 2 toys in the toy box. So this superlative degree has been used. Alright, so big is an adjective that is a regular adjective because it can take ER and EST to make its comparative and superlative degree. Now let's look at 3 more regular adjectives and how they form their comparative and superlative forms. So the sentence is, my brother is a tall boy. Tall. Okay, so tall is a regular adjective, and the comparative form is my brother is taller than me. So the comparison is between the narrator and the brother. So his brother is taller than him. So two people are being compared here. My brother is the tallest among all siblings. So there are more than two siblings, maybe 3 or 4 or 5, and the brother is the tallest. He is the tallest among all of them. Therefore, here the degree, the superlative degree tallest has been used. The adjective tall takes ER and EST to make different degrees of adjective. Now look at this one. It is an easy question. This question is easier than that. That is the easiest question among all. Then we have another regular adjective. It is a long traffic jam. It is a longer traffic jam than yesterday's, and it is the longest traffic jam in a week. So these are different regular adjectives along with their degrees and their uses in the sentence. I hope that you have understood the concept of regular adjectives and their degrees as given in these examples. Dear students, now I want you to use your knowledge of regular adjectives and their degrees. Here we have given you different regular adjectives: wise, close, happy, strong and young. I want you to write the comparative and superlative degrees of these adjectives and then use all the 3 degrees in sentences of your own. So the comparative degree of wise is wiser, yes, W-I-S-E-R, and the superlative degree is wisest, W-I-S-E-S-T. Wisest is the superlative degree, and the sentences could be, my friend is quite wise. And for the comparative degree, my friend is wiser than that boy. Yeah, we can also say, Ali is wiser than Umar. Or we can use the superlative degree of this adjective in sentence such as, Alia is the wisest in our class. So we are comparing Alia with more than 2 people. So we have used the superlative degree of wise. In the same way, you have to write the degrees, comparative and superlative degrees of these adjectives, and use these adjectives in their in sentences of your own. Write these sentences in your notebook and then come back. Dear teachers and parents, we have provided you a worksheet to practice the concept of degrees of regular adjectives. Here you can see that 3 columns have been provided. In one column, positive degrees of adjectives have been provided. In the other, comparative, and in the last one, superlative degrees of the adjectives have been provided. The students have to fill up the missing squares. For example, in the first row, the adjective is slow and the comparative form is slower, slowest. In the same way, in this one, the comparative degree of adjective has been provided, later. So we could write late and latest over here. And in this row, softest, this adjective, the superlative form of this adjective has been provided. So we can write soft, softer over here. Soft, softer, softest. In the same way, you have to complete this worksheet. You can help students complete this worksheet, or you can also put students in pairs so that they can practice using different degrees of adjectives on their own. Let's start the 5th period of the 4th week. In this period, the students will cover 1 SLO. AFAQ has provided complete methodology and different activities to cover this SLO in DLP 5, which will be covered on the 3rd day of the 4th week of the 1st unit of Term 1. Dear students, there are 5 different sentences on the on the board again. Dear students, you can see 5 different sentences over here. Read them carefully and notice the use of conjunctions. Okay, so the first sentence is, I want to buy a new bag, but I don't have enough money. So here we have a conjunction, but. Yes, but is a conjunction. Conjunctions are basically words that are used to connect. They are sometimes used to connect two sentences, sometimes they are used to connect two words, and sometimes they are used to connect two phrases. So can you tell me what is the use of this connective in this sentence? Yes, this sentence has been used to connect two sentences. I want to buy a new bag. This is a complete sentence. But this sentence has been connected to another sentence by using a conjunction. And the conjunction is but, and the other sentence is I don't have enough money. These two sentences, I don't have enough money and I want to buy a new bag, have been joined together with the conjunction but, and this has become one sentence. In the same way, let's look at the second sentence. He is intelligent and beautiful. What is the conjunction in here? And is the conjunction, and it is connecting two words, intelligent and beautiful. Do you want to play cricket or football? Here as well, two words have been joined together with a conjunction, and the conjunction is or. Yes, Faisal is not well because he was playing in rain. What is the conjunction here? Because. Because is the conjunction and it is connecting two sentences. Faisal is not well is one complete sentence. He was playing in rain is also a complete sentence, and both sentences are joined together by using a conjunction. Give me a biscuit and a cup of coffee. So here two phrases have been combined together, a biscuit and a cup of coffee. These are two phrases that have been joined together with and. So we can use conjunctions to join different two sentences. The conjunctions can also be used to join two words, and conjunctions can also be used to join two phrases, as you have seen in these 5 examples. Let's learn more about conjunctions. On page number 20 of your textbook, some sentences have been provided. In these sentences, some conjunctions have been used. I want you to pause this video and read these sentences carefully and then come back. I hope that you have understood the concept of conjunction after reading these example sentences. Now, I want you to write sentences using the conjunctions given in the sentences. The conjunctions are and, because, or, and but. So you have to write 4 sentences by using these 4 conjunctions. In case you do not remember the definition of conjunctions, it has been provided in Key to Learn section as usual. This is the second last period of the 4th week. In the 6th period, the students will be able to analyze and use transitional words, for example, for instance, therefore. Respected teachers, we have provided you complete methodology to cover this SLO in DLP 6, as you can see on your screen. This DLP should be covered on the 4th day of the suggested timetable, and according to our academic calendar, this is the 4th week of the first unit of first term. Dear students, do you know what are transitional devices? If you don't, we have provided the definition in Key to Learn. Let's read it together and try to understand what are transitional words. Transitional words are used to carry a thought from one sentence to another. For example and for instance are used to illustrate what has been already said. We use therefore to show the result of an action. For example, read these sentences. We should take care of our earth by adopting good practices. Now, different examples of good practices have been provided further. For example, cleaning the earth, saving and planting trees. In the same way, another example of this transitional word, for example, again, In the same way, another example of the transitional phrase, for example, has been provided. Harun eats healthy food. For example, corn, milk, fruit. In the same way, we have another transitional device, and this device is called for instance. It can be used in place of for example. For example and for instance are synonymous. Their meaning is the same. This seed will grow when conditions are right. For instance, proper light and water are available. Information can be accessed in many ways from the internet, for instance. And the final transitional word here is therefore. I am tired, therefore I am going to sleep. She was the only candidate and therefore selected. So here you can see that in this part, in these two examples, you can see that a sentence has been provided, and in the other part of the sentence or in the next sentence that has therefore in it, the result has been provided. I am tired is the statement and the result is I am going to sleep. And she was the only candidate is the statement and the result is she was selected. And these results have been illustrated by using therefore. Dear students, I hope that you have understood the concept of transitional devices. Now I want you to make 2 sentences each using the transitional words above in your notebook. So we have studied 3 transitional words here. For instance, for example, and therefore. I want you to make 2 sentences for each one of them. That is to say, there would be 6 sentences in total. Hurry up, write them down in your notebook and then come back. This is the last period of the 4th week. In this period, the students will be able to cover these 3 SLOs, and the methodology as usual has been provided in AFAQ DLPs. AFAQ DLP number 7 will provide complete guidelines to the teachers. This DLP should be covered on the 5th day of the 4th week of Unit 1 of Term 1. Dear students, today we are going to write a procedure. Do you know what is a procedure? A procedure is the different steps that we follow in a process. Here, we have given you a procedure of making a honeybee from a tissue roll. So first you have to look at the pictures and then you have to sequence them correctly, and in the end you have to write the procedure of making honeybee from our tissue roll. Let's first learn what are our sequence markers. Sequence markers are words that organize our writing, such as first, next, then, after that, and finally. We often use these sequencers when we use instructions, when we describe a process or tell stories. So in this process, this is also a process of making something from tissue roll, making honeybee from tissue roll. So we can use the sequence markers in this for describing this activity as well. So what would you do first when you have to make when you want to make a honeybee from tissue roll? What is the first step? Yes, first we will collect all the material. First we will collect the paper that we are going to use. Then we will also bring a scissors, and we will have different stripes, black stripes as well, and we will cut out these wings as well from a sheet of paper. So first we are going to do that, and in the second step, then what are we going to do? Then we will roll this yellow sheet of paper on the tissue roll, and next we will roll these black stripes over this yellow sheet of paper. After that, we will stick these wings to the tissue roll, and finally we are going to draw the eyes and the mouth of the honeybee. So this is a procedure of making honeybee from a tissue roll. And as you can see, I use different sequence markers: first, next, then, after that, and finally when I was explaining this sequence to you. In the same way, you have to write the sequence of making honeybee from our tissue roll in your notebook, and you have to use these sequence markers as well. So pause this video, write the sequence by using sequence markers, and then come back. Dear students, now I want you to write a paragraph, and this paragraph is going to be about the importance of Mother Earth. Now open your notebooks and think about the topic importance of Mother Earth. Collect the information about this topic and then write one paragraph. Remember to use the topic sentence and also write some supporting evidence to support the main idea. And I also want you to take care of punctuation, capitalization rules, use correct spelling. Also, you can use conjunctions where needed. So hurry up, complete this paragraph and then come back. This is the end of today's lesson on new AFAQ Sun series English Grade 5. I hope that you have understood all the concepts that we covered in this lesson. Now it's your turn to revise it on your own. I will see you in the next video. Until then, Allah Hafiz.